ready to make Bodhi's oat milk. This whole process takes about 15 minutes from start to finish. Say hi, Bodhi. Hi everybody, welcome back to my kitchen, my command center. I realize I'm here most of the time, every time we do a video. I'm usually in the kitchen, so we're back. I wanted to share with you a little DIY/hack for oat milk. Now we use, I like to use oat milk for my kids, or each of the kids have their own set of sensitivities. They may or may not do well with certain kinds of milks. We've tried rice milk, coconut milk, all kinds of nut milks, but what seems to work the best for my family is oat milk. And it's actually really super simple to make, and as well as rice milk and any of the other milks. So I want to share with you how we do this. You can apply this to any other grain. You can use rice. You would use a little bit of cooked brown rice to do this. You could use nuts, almonds, whatever kind of milk you choose. So I like to add flaxseed to Bodhi's milk because it gives them some extra protein. It's Bob's Red Mill brand. We really like to use. They're great about the the non-GMO project. We support that, of course. So just going to do a quick run through on the oat milk process. So I use about a cup of oats in our blender, and what I found is that with oat, now you don't want to cook it because it gets really mucilaginous, kind of gooey, which is nice in some ways if you can get the consistency right, because then it's thick. But if it gets warm, it doesn't hold up. I don't know, it's just too gooey for Bodhi anyways. So what I do is I put my goods in here, and the flax is also, because this is a good egg substitute, it's also mucilaginous, so I definitely like to stay with cold water in this process. I think that's about 3 tablespoons of flax. I used about a cup, maybe a half cup of oats, just kind of eyeball it. And then I'm going to put some ice in it. I put ice in it because with a Vitamix blender or any other high-powered blender, it naturally makes it hot. So if I don't have ice in there, the milk itself gets hot, and then it gets that gooey consistency that Bodhi's not a huge fan of. Right, Bodhi? So a little bit of ice. I've got our oats in here, the flaxseed, and some cold water. Our whole house has filtered water. You always want to use clean water, whatever you got, but filtered water is always good. So I'm going to fill it up to the top, and we're going to blend it for a little bit. I just whiz it up until I don't see any more chunks, and the whole thing gets kind of brown with the flaxseed. So I just kind of eyeball it. Transfer. So you're going to need a fine colander or a sieve or something like this. This is what I use. It's going to take a while. So this is the part that takes the longest. You got to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to get a nice, without the sediment, because the sediment always passes through this. I don't know how, but do it until the sediment doesn't pass through as much, and then we go through and use either a cheesecloth or a clean towel. I use towels. And then you do like the final pour through, squeeze it out, and then that's it. So this is the hard part, or most time consuming. creative, but you still don't like to waste. You have this sediment. This is the blended up oats and the flax. You can save that and pull it to the side. You can use it in your baking. You can put it in your cereals. You can definitely use this or compost it. You see, but no matter what, it keeps coming, so it takes a little while, a lot of back and forth. Final strain. Honest moment, I always smell my towels because you never know. Sometimes they smell funny. Depends on how much laundry. Give it a squeeze, help it along. Hi, bud. Peyton. Last part. So I did end up losing a lot of the liquid because I'm messy, and when I squeezed out the bag, the milk kind of comes up and goes up. So the cool thing about this is you just add water. Now we are going to add some maple syrup to this. Sweeten the deal a little, just a bit. Makes it a little more enticing. You consider the cost effectiveness of this. I mean, one huge bag of some good oats and whatever complements you want to put into it, flax or anything else to boost it up, hemp seeds, things like that, just to make it more nutritionally boosted. Way less expensive than if you were to go out and buy an individual container of a nut milk, because it's what, $4 or so, can be even more than that at a pop. And then you have how many kids, and you and your husband put in your coffee, and next thing you know you go through 4 a week or more. So this is definitely a great way to do it. I think you could add it to your meal prep routine if you have one, or like your Sunday setup if you cook or whatever. If you could knock out a bunch of these, you got your milk for the week for your family. That's what I try to do, but you know, you don't always get it all done at once, so I make it when I need it. But that's it. Super easy, fresh, and Bodie likes it. Right, Bodie? Yeah, he's ready for it.